Hey everybody, I'm Shane,
And I'm Kinsey.
and this is Pop Rocks Vinyl, our first video ever.
Ever.
And today we're going to be talking about our top 5 records from our collection each.
Yes. Just a little bit about us. We got into vinyl collecting about a year ago.
Almost exactly.
Yeah.
Black Friday last year.
And when my husband wanted to get into vinyl collecting or even getting a record player, I was kind of real iffy. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like this. And needless to say, I jumped on board and we've gone down the rabbit hole. So now every night we like to drink wine and listen to our records. So without further ado, we're going to give you guys our top 5 records that we love to listen to, and if the house is burning down.
Which is hard to do, actually, because I would want to save all of them.
I would want to save all of them, too. But these are our top 5. If someone said, give me your top 5 records out of your collection, what would you play? So, here we go. You want to start?
Do you?
Well,
I'll start.
It's hard for me to start.
So, this is Alan Stone's debut record, self-titled, and it is amazing. If you are into soul music at all, he's a fairly new artist, sounds a lot like Stevie Wonder, and that's a good thing.
Alan Stone is amazing. We just saw him about a month ago in Portland, Oregon, and it was one of the best shows I've ever been to in my life.
Yeah. Awesome. Super fun. He's a great showman. Highly recommend this one because it's amazing.
All right. I'm going to start kind of from back in the good old days just because this album is near and dear to my heart, and I have to go with Blink-182, Take Off Your Pants and Jacket. Like, this album was really life-changing to me, and I was going through a hard time in my teenage years, and it really spoke to me, and I've been a Blink fan for a long time, but this is one of my most favorite albums that I really could not do without in our vinyl collection.
What's your favorite song on this one?
Well,
Rock Show?
The thing is that if you are a Blink-182 fan, you know that they released this CD at the time. There was not the vinyl, I'm sure. But they had 3, so when you opened the CD, you either had the airplane, you had the pants, or you had the jacket. And with each one, there was a special release song. So, yeah, and I'm not remembering the name of the one, but it was from Tom DeLonge. but it was the pants, I believe, and it was.
If you have the answers, you can.
Yeah, let us know. I've had a little bit of wine, but we can also edit this out and redo it. But it was something went wrong, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, but if I had to pick off the entire album, my favorite one is going to be Rock Show. Just because.
Fell in love with the girl at the rock show.
That's my favorite one. But I'm going to come back and we're going to re-edit that and put it in with what I'm talking about.
All right.
You know.
My next pick might ruffle a few feathers.
Oh.
Brand new, Deja Entendu.
I have to say, I wanted to grab this one, but you had already grabbed it.
I did.
So
this is one of my favorite records.
Couldn't grab it
of all time.
It's one of my favorite records of all time as well.
And I would like to disassociate the art from the artist on this one, in light of all the Jesse Lacey stuff. This one means a lot to me growing up. It's an amazing record all the way through, and it sucks that the band is no more, but shit happens when you do shitty stuff.
Okay. All right. My next one is The Civil Wars, Barton Hollow.
That's a good one.
I had actually never even heard of this duo until my husband introduced me to them about a year ago. And I can say since listening to this record, it has changed my life. And it is so emotional and you just get all the feels. And it's like you couldn't ask for a better duo of singers.
They're so
man
good.
and woman together, like singing. Like it just, it is amazing. Like it's mind blowing. Like this album, this record is just amazing. So
Their voices together just perfect.
if you have never heard the Civil Wars, especially Barton Hollow, go check this out. Like it's a little spendy, but it is worth every penny. Because I can say when my husband bought this record, I was a little peeved at him because it was almost $40, and I was like, "What the hell?"
It's
And
worth it.
I've
Totally.
listened to it a million times over, and it's fully worth the money that you pay for that record.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And if you can find it for less than that,
Yeah, for
cool.
real.
Good job.
And it's easy to collect their discography because there's only 3 records.
Yeah.
So you
well,
can-
two full lengths and an EP.
Yeah.
All of it's worth it. For
For sure.
My next record, Deftones' White Pony. This record is so good.
If you're horny, let's do
It's-
it.
It's so good.
Write it. White
Wrong
Pony.
Record. Wrong
Oh,
record.
oh.
No, that's not Genuine.
Oh.
Deftones. This is the best record that they've ever put out, in my opinion, hands down. It's not really like the harder stuff that they had before this, and some of the newer stuff is definitely more like White Pony. But this record is good from cover to cover. It's seriously one
And
of
what
my...
are your 2 favorite songs?
I don't even know if I could pick 2, to be honest with you. But
Just to give our viewers something to check out if they're interested.
track 2, Digital Bath, is amazing. And track 6, Teenager, is awesome. Teenager was written by Chino Moreno, the singer of Deftones, when he was a teenager.
Okay.
This record's super good. I am a huge Deftones fan, so I think that anything that you own by the Deftones is a good purchase. But this is their best.
Deftones is good. I
IMO, in my opinion.
never liked Deftones till I met him and started listening, and I can say that I've become a Deftones fan.
They're awesome.
I'm going to throw it way back again because I have to give ode to my teenage, early 20s years. And
You're so emo.
I am so emo. But I have to go with My Chemical Romance, 3 Cheers to Sweet Revenge. Like, I mean, shoot. How can you not like I'm Not Okay?
I'm not okay.
Like, that song gives me all the feels. If I'm pissed and I'm a bad mood and I'm a crappy day, put this song on and I am just in a better mood. And, but besides that, like, this album from front to back hits, it's very well done, and it's just one of my favorite records, and it's hard for me to explain because I have a lot of emotions with it, but if you have not heard this...
Emotions?
Emotions. If you have not ever listened to this, which I'm sure many of you have, but if you haven't, it's definitely worth a listen. Like, what else do you have to say about this?
It's a great record. All the way through, honestly.
Yeah.
I love My Chemical Romance, too. But
And,
I was
you know,
an emo kid. I might even flash a picture of me with my emo hair in this video.
Oh, well, if you want to see that. All right.
It's me. Taking it back again, emo style. Jimmy Eat World, Bleed American. This record, everybody's heard it. I know if you're watching this
So
video,
good.
you've heard this.
So good.
You've heard The Middle, and you've heard Sweetness. And
I would have taken this record as well, but we said you cannot
I
take
stole
the
it.
same record, so...
I don't even think that I don't even have the words to say how amazing this record is.
well,
For me, I think when this came out, I was like 20, 21 years old, and I listened to this CD at the time. because I didn't collect records. I listened to the CD every single day, multiple times a day. Jimmy Eat World's amazing. Their whole discography is amazing. This is...
Well, I mean, like, this has all the hits. It has...
Yes.
In the middle, Sweetness,
Mm-hmm.
like, the Authority song. Bleed American. Like, This Jimmy Eat World album is one of the best, hands down.
Yeah, for sure.
Which we'll be going to, when we do our next video, really to Dashboard, hands down. Yeah. I should have grabbed that album.
This is a little bit different from their first couple albums that were super good but extra emo. This one's a little more poppy. But if you're looking for pop rock or pop punk, can't go wrong with this. And I think on Amazon you could probably get it for under $15 at this point in time. So you should, for sure.
Okay. I have lots of this band's records. But my favorite right now is Bayside Acoustic. This has been my favorite album for probably about
so good.
Decade almost. Like, this has been my number one, hands down. Like, if you don't know much about Bayside, they were touring and their drummer, and they had a car accident and their drummer passed away and then they replaced him. But it's just, all these songs on this record are just very heartfelt and just, they give you the feels.
The record's super good. This is one that we, collectively, the both of us, we put on a lot.
Devotion and Desire, Blame It on Bad Luck. Winter is the one about their drummer that passed away. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. These records, like when I'm talking about Bayside or My Chemical Romance, it's hard for me to describe what I'm feeling because I get so emotional about these albums and these bands and like how they affect me in my life and when I put them on.
Yeah, they changed your life at the time.
They really do.
And this is, like, Bayside is an amazing band, full band, but when you break it down acoustic like this album, it's a totally different experience. And
for sure.
It's definitely, it hits you in the feels for sure.
And
it's super good, especially if you're a Bayside fan.
Don't Call Me Peanut says Drink Up Beautiful, and that's where I got my MySpace name, if any of you want to know.
That's a totally different story.
Totally different story. But
last but not least, Weezer, Blue Album.
Amazing album.
Yeah, for sure. I could have went with Pinkerton, for sure. But this was the album. I probably wouldn't even listen to rock music, honestly, if it wasn't for this album. When it came out in, I want to say 2004. 2000. No, it didn't. It came out in 1994. I'm sure of it. Because I was like 14 years old.
Because I was in 7th grade when the album came out.
And this album came out, and the first song I think was Undone Sweater Song, and I was like, okay, it's all right.
Then they busted out the Buddy Holly.
My Name is Jonas. Say It Ain't So. Only in Dreams. Like, this record is so good. So good. If you don't own this record, shame on you. You should, because it's amazing. It's seriously so good. If you couldn't tell from my selections, I'm way into pop rock, and this is like the pinnacle. This is so good.
It is really good.
Yeah. You can't go wrong with Weezer.
No, you can't go wrong with Weezer.
It makes you feel good.
There were a few bombs.
Yeah.
But we'll lead you down the path
I'm looking at you.
of what you should pick and what you should choose.
You can't go wrong with this one or Pinkerton or even the new one, the White Album is super, super good too.
Even Green Album.
Yeah. So, which leads us to Kinsey's last
one. So, this was really hard for me because if you keep following our channel, you will know that Tom Petty is my greatest love of a musician, and I love him beyond all time, and
we actually both have a Tom Petty tattoo.
We'll have to show you guys that later. But we have multiple vinyl of his, and we have his greatest hits, which, like, it'd be easy to pick up greatest hits and be like, yeah, this is my favorite.
Should.
True,
if you don't have that in your collection,
you should.
What are you even collecting?
True, but like Damn the Torpedoes is really freaking good. I mean, and we picked up lots of albums that I hadn't heard before because they weren't on his greatest hits, or like my dad didn't play those when I was a kid. So I'm experiencing a lot of Tom Petty that I never heard before as I've gotten older. But I have to say, out of all of his albums, my favorite is Full Moon Fever. This album is amazing. Like, how could you not ever want to put this album on and not feel good about it? Like, there's so many hits on this and so many songs that give you so many feels, at least for me, because, I mean, when Tom Petty died, I legit cried. He's the first artist ever that passed away that I never knew where I cried because I love him so much. But, I mean, this has Free Fallin', I Won't Back Down, Love is a Long Road, A Face in the Crowd, Running Down a Dream. Like, this whole album.
It's like almost the greatest hits on its own.
It is almost the greatest hits on its own. Like, there's just, this album is beyond phenomenal. And if anyone ever knows where you can get me Wildflowers, let me know. That's my one record I want. But I could go on with Tom Petty forever. Like, he is just hands down my favorite artist ever of all time. All time. So, those are our top 5.
Yeah, for now. And honestly, it was super hard to even narrow it down to 5.
Yeah,
for
because
me, get out of here.
Well, as we were going through this, I'm like, oh, I missed Dashboard. I missed Chris Stapleton. I miss and then it's such a, that's the thing, when our music is not set on a specific, I would say this wrong, you always correct me, genre. It's not, we listen to everything, so it's hard to, decipher, what is our favorite album.
In future videos, we'll probably break it down to, our top 5 country, or our top 5 folk, or our top 5 emo, or our top 5 pop punk. But that's not in this video.
No, this was kind of on a whim because we've been trying to start this YouTube channel, and we were like, screw it. Tonight we're just going to do our first video, and this is what we got. But I hope you guys like this because we just want it to be authentic, and we don't want it to be cut and chopped, because it's this is us and this is in real life, and this is who we are. So I personally would rather see people as who they are than have it being spliced and chopped and cut and with all the freaking video and what is it called?
Yeah, just throwing shade.
No, I'm not throwing shade. But I would just rather see a real uncut raw live video as opposed to something that's edited. That's more fun. People enjoy seeing your screw ups.
You tell us if you enjoy seeing screw-ups.
Or if you'd like us to edit the videos.
And in the comments below, tell us your top 5.
Yeah.
What are the top 5 records that you own, that you love? Or if you disagree with us, or agree with us, let us know. I'm Shane.
Right. Kinsey.
And we're Pop Rock Spinal.
Peace out.